So I've recently been having this obsession with the novel Blood Meridian, and I've been diving into research about its most terrifying and evil figure of all time, the Judge. And as I started reading the book, I knew right away that I had to make a video on it, because the more you read this book, the clearer it becomes just how intelligent and how otherworldly the Judge is. Now, whether or not he's actually supernatural is up for debate. In the novel, he's given traits that make him feel larger than life, almost supernatural, but it's left open to interpretation whether he's truly a mystical being or simply just a symbol of pure evil. Now for this video I decided, let's just say he's both. So which heroes or anti-heroes on this list could stand a chance against Judge Holden from Blood Meridian? Let's get right into it. But before we get right into it, let me explain the tiers for you guys so you understand what I am ranking. Coming in at the tippity top is they'd beat Judge Holden, which is pretty self-explanatory. 50-50 is basically like an Anakin versus Obi-Wan battle. Like they're literally toe-to-toe in combat and strength, but it's like anyone could win. It's basically up for interpretation. And they'll put up a fight but lose, which means they'll give the Judge a little bit of a run for his money, but inevitably they'll just lose. And they'll lose easily, which means they'll just flat out lose. Like this is no problem for the Judge whatsoever. Now, first off, we have the man himself, Batman. Now, this is the best detective in the world and a human with no superpowers who's still known for taking down supernatural-like beings. Now, the question is, could he handle the Judge? Batman's main strength is his prep time. I'm sure all of you know that. Given time, he studies his opponents and builds a contingency plan to try and stop them. That's how he's beating things far stronger than himself by himself at times. But the Judge is no ordinary man. He stands around 7 feet and he's very strong, and his intelligence is literally off the chart. In Blood Meridian, he's shown to master any skill instantly, whether it's language, music, or just literally name anything, and he most likely knows how to do it. Now, in a 1v1 with no prep time, Batman, honestly, I feel like he would struggle. Now, Holden's size and strength give him a huge edge in hand-to-hand combats. But that doesn't mean I think Batman will instantly lose. I mean, this man is trained in over 100 different martial arts, and he has gadgets to support him as well. This is genuinely hard because this situation can literally go down either way. Like without prep time, I don't really see Batman winning in a fight against the Judge. Like this is how good the Judge is. He's just a way bigger and more intelligent than Bruce. Like literally this guy is more intelligent than Bruce. Trust me, read the novel or just do a simple research about the Judge. This guy is smarter than Bruce Wayne. I'll have to put Batman in 50-50. That might be an unpopular opinion, but because without prep time, I don't really see Batman easily beating the Judge, but with prep time, I do see him beating the Judge, and that's why I can't just put him in they'd beat the Judge, because this means for 100% certainty, they will beat the Judge. And next we have Captain America. Physically, this is actually one of the closest matchups because of Captain American's super soldier serum, which gives him advanced strength, speed, and the whole 9 yards that make him really OP. Now, in terms of raw power, Holden can actually go toe-to-toe with Cap, because in the Blood Meridian novels, his speed and strength, although not on Cap's level in my opinion, is still very much non-human-like. Like his stamina is literally nowhere near normal at all. Like it's literally superhuman, because in the books it's described that this man literally never gets tired, even when he's in the harsh environment of the Mexican desert. Like this guy does not slow down whatsoever. Any normal person would need a break. This guy, not in the slightest. Also, Batman has went toe-to-toe with Cap and has actually won, but I mean, still, I do think that Cap is better than the Batman in terms of physical power and, martial arts. But, I still think that Cap is way stronger than the Batman and would actually beat the Batman, but it's already written, but that's just my opinion. I feel like Cap's shield gives him both defense and offense. And also, again, his super soldier serum would let him last longer against Holden's power than any normal human because he's literally enhanced, and Batman isn't enhanced. So he doesn't need prep time for a brawl. He could just go in and just stop the Judge right in his tracks. And that's why I think that Captain America will beat the Judge 110%. Next, we have the Teen Titans. And we're going to base this off the original Teen Titans, not Teen Titans Go, because I like the original show better. Now, since the Teen Titans are a group, I'm going to use them as a team in this scenario and not base whether each of them could beat the Judge or not, because why not? And I know this is a 1v1 video, but I mean, like, that would just take too much time to go over every single character, so we'll just explain them in a group. First of all, Robin's leadership would be key here in helping them defeat the Judge. Now, as we know, Robin has fought plenty of villains who seemed untouchable. Hint, hint, Slade. And his coordination could keep Holden from isolating and overwhelming everyone. We have Starfire's energy blasts and flight to give the team strong range attacks to keep the Judge under pressure from above. Also, Cyborg, you know, he adds the heavy hitting and the defense because he's just a machine. This guy's a freak of nature. And Beast Boy would be really good for close quarter fights against the Judge because the Judge is pretty OP. But the real way they're going to win here is, drumroll please, Raven, which in my opinion is the best and the coolest Teen Titan there ever is. Her telekinesis and ability to attack the mind give the Titans their best shot at killing bro. But yeah, the Teen Titans, I do see them beating the Judge. And next we have the Punisher. Now, this is the man you call for literally anything to get done. And I'd honestly say that the Punisher is kind of supernatural, even though he's not at all. Just because of his plot armor, that's the reason why I say he's supernatural. Again, he's not actually supernatural, his plot armor, never mind. But this guy is basically a one-man army. He'll charge in on an entire squad of people and he'll be the only man standing. Plus, Frank Castle has shown to take down men who are completely out of his weight class and height class. Take the gym or prison fight, for example. Buddy is always handing out L's to anyone, no matter how big they are. It's utterly diabolical. Now, on the surface, how does that stack up against Judge Holden? Because honestly, Judge Holden isn't just, you know, a guy at the gym or a guy in the prison. This guy is above the people that the Punisher has fought in the gym and is above the people that he's fought in the prison. Punisher's mindset is perfect for this fight because the Punisher, or Frank Castle, he doesn't hesitate whatsoever and he doesn't hold back. And that's great for someone to go against the Judge. But the thing is, the Judge doesn't fight completely recklessly and he thrives in close combat. Because you could also say the Judge is basically a one-man army himself. Judge Holden is basically the Punisher if he was completely evil. I would say he would put up a fight, but he would just still lose. I mean, 50-50, I can't really say 50-50 because I don't know for certain that the Punisher would win in a 1v1 against the Judge. Honestly, no, this is perfect because, dude, the Punisher always puts up a fight. Even if he loses, he still puts up a fight. So, and next we have Dexter Morgan. Now, Dexter's whole spiel is he studies his targets and learns their routines and then strikes when they least expect it. Now, that works perfectly against regular criminals who slip up, but Judge isn't even a regular criminal. Honestly, I wouldn't even call the Judge just a criminal. He's so much more. This guy is basically Satan. Like in the book, the Judge is constantly outsmarting and outmaneuvering people, even entire groups. So Dexter's whole method of sneaking up and drugging his victim, dude, that is not happening here at all. For this one, dude, the Judge is beating Dexter to a pulp. I'm sorry to say, man. And next we have Green Arrow. Now, at long range, Green Arrow has the advantage over the Judge. With taser arrows in his arsenal, he could definitely slow the Judge down or even wound him. Now, the Judge may be pretty durable, but he's not bulletproof, or in this case, he's not arrow-proof. Now, if Ollie could keep his distance and he could chip away at Holden until he eventually goes down, that's where he definitely has a chance. But the problem comes when Holden closes that distance. Now, in Blood Meridian, he's a giant man and has really good speed for his size. Once the Judge just gets into close quarter combats with Ollie, he'll definitely hold his own in close quarter combats because he's also trained in martial arts, but the Judge is just superior. But with just arrows, could he really take out? Don't really want to put Green Arrow in 50-50 because I have the Punisher and they'll fight but still lose. And in my opinion, the Punisher and Green Arrow are kind of the same in their skill set. Punisher is great from long range as well. I mean, this guy has military background and he's also good with a sniper. This is good right here. I feel like it's good. Next, we have Rick Grimes. And right off the bat, he's going to have to go right where Dexter Morgan is. Even though, honestly, would you call the zombie apocalypse supernatural in a way? I mean, but then again, the zombies are not. They don't have any feats at all. They're literally just really slow and very dumb. But then time and time again against other humans, Rick Grimes has taken down and overcome a lot. Take the Saviors for instance. He's overcame that when all odds are literally stacked against him. He beat and imprisoned Negan. But at the end of the day, Negan is just a man. He is not the Judge at all. And I would even, well honestly, it's not even arguable at all. The Judge is way more evil than Negan, and the Judge is way more smarter than Negan, and the Judge is way more powerful than Negan. And last but not least, we have Red Hood. Now, Red Hood has a lot going for him here. He's trained by Batman, so his combat skills and strategy are elite. And add to that, he's not like Batman. He doesn't just use his fists and gadgets. He has big ass pistols and explosives, and he's willing to kill anybody. Like Batman, even though the Judge is so evil, I don't even think well, no, he wouldn't kill the Judge because he wouldn't even kill the Joker. Then again, Red Hood is pretty reckless, and the Judge, he doesn't really make mistakes whatsoever. That's where a lot of his supernatural abilities come in, because this guy is he's just perfect. And obviously he's not perfect in the way that, you know, he's this sacred, he's like God. I mean, he has a God complex, but he's not like, you know what I mean. But I do have Red Hood over the Punisher and over Ollie.